parts to sell, and you want to call in, and we're going to have that coming up at the bottom of the hour. And so we're going to have Tradio coming up. We think that's pretty exciting. We got some exciting stuff wrapped around that. We've also got just some various other things that we were going to talk about. It's been a while, but it feels like home.
What's crazy is there's body styles have changed since we've been on the radio.
I know. Yeah, it's been a little bit, but man, we are super happy to be back. So again, this show is sponsored by Melloy and Los Lunas, and we've got Melloy Ford, Melloy Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram, Melloy Chevrolet, and our fleet and commercial department. And we took a little time off because we have just been it's just been crazy down there. So we thought, it's time to come back. Because all of the people that listen to the show, Jerry, we used to joke that we had like 12 people listening to the show.
I know.
And I think it was more.
I think it was a couple more.
Because
a couple 10,000
I think
more.
a few extra people have started hitting me up too.
Because since we've been off the air, I don't go a whole week without somebody stopping me on the showroom and going, hey, why aren't you on the radio anymore?
Yeah.
And so we decided, you know what? They're right. We're coming back. So back by semi-popular demand, here we are. So anyway, this is the Melloy Los Lunas Garage, and we are going to talk about some things happening down in Los Lunas. We want to talk about anything having to do with cars. And really, we just want to open this thing up and see what's out there and see who wants to talk about cars. And Todd was kidding me. I used to say, good morning, welcome to the Melloy Show. But now we're at noon.
I was watching to see if myself was.
And I didn't know. I don't know. I guess that's good afternoon. But no, we've got some great things going on. If you're looking for a vehicle, you ought to get on down to Los Lunas today, because we have got the summer sale at Ford actually ends on Monday. So that runs through the weekend, and some of those deals, I got to tell you, Jerry, I gave you all those. I gave Jerry a bunch of music things to talk about stuff.
Yeah.
But one of them was like the deal of the day, and I got to tell you, we drove up in the deal of the day today.
We did.
So if you're looking for a vehicle, get on down to Los Lunas. Yeah, let's jingle it up.
Oh, we got a new one.
Yeah. There you go.
All right. I like that.
The deal of the week, baby.
Yeah.
I had extra time on my hands, so I went AI crazy. But no, we came up. So we have got one 2025 Ford Bronco. That's left over. I don't know why, because we drove it up tonight and it's beautiful. Yeah. So right now you can get $4,000 in rebate on that vehicle right now. And we want to get rid of the last 25. I've got a couple of other 25s, but they're the special edition, Strope edition. So if you're looking for those, but if you're looking for a regular full-size Bronco, you need to get down to Los Lunas, because that is the deal of the week.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Beautiful ride.
Yeah. Man, rode pretty good.
Yeah.
Got
big
some
tires,
big old tires on it.
Yeah, it's ready for four-wheeling.
Yeah, pretty good. And then we've got Melloy Chevrolet. They've got a bunch of specials going on, including a bunch of things on Silverados. And if you're looking for something affordable, we've got the Chevy Trax, and we just got in another load of them yesterday, and we have got a great selection of the Chevy Trax. And that's a new car that you can get that starts around $25,000.
Yeah, that's a good deal.
And that's an SUV. My sister-in-law's got a Trax. I sold her one. So they're great vehicles. And if you're looking for something affordable, that Chevrolet Trax is a good option. If you're looking for a Silverado, they've got huge deals on those. And if you're looking for a Jeep or a Dodge, you know what car?
Do you see all those Challengers?
I know.
You got a bunch of Challengers in.
Chargers.
That's
so
right.
It's a two-door Charger.
Yeah, because it kind of fools me.
See, that's one of the things that's changed since we've been on the radio.
There you go.
But we've got in a good supply of the new Dodge Charger, and I got to tell you, they are sweet.
They're nice.
They've got
really are.
they've got the Hurricane engine in them.
Yeah.
A lot of horsepower, and right now they've got rebates. They've got $4,000 and $5,000 rebates during Dodge Power Days, and so that's a pretty huge deals going on there.
We keep getting teased on that Silverado too, because I start seeing some of the changes they made on that new Silverado. And
Yeah.
It looks pretty cool.
Yes. And so there's a bunch of stuff coming up, but we are so happy to be back. Hopefully we can get everybody to adjust from 11 to, well, I guess they could listen they can listen to the garden show and then listen to us.
Yeah.
I like it.
And Doctor show next weekend, but
Okay.
you're every 2 weeks.
Every 2 weeks.
Every 2 weeks. So you'll be coming in after Jericho.
Okay. So you listen. You
You can grow and then go.
You can grow.
Go
down,
go
pick
buy a
up-
car.
Pick up a truck. Go pick up some stuff from
There you go.
Jericho.
There you go.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Go. It takes a lot of dirt to grow some.
Sounds
grow
like
some
a plan.
plants.
We've seen Jerry down there quite a few times.
I know.
now.
I've
He's got a new
been
vehicle.
still driving my Chrysler.
There you
Yeah.
go.
My soccer mom van.
Yeah.
Love it.
A nice ride.
I took it. We took it out back in March to Disneyland.
Nice.
And drove it out to
What kind of
California.
miles you
It
get
was
in it?
Sweet. All of them.
Oh,
It's 800 miles out there.
Wow.
That's a lot.
We were pushing about 22 miles
not
per
bad.
gallon.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. So if you're looking for a vehicle, get on down to Los Lunas. And if you want to go to pick up some things that you want to go pick up some trees today, come down and pick you up a Silverado and go over and see our friend at the nursery.
Yeah.
But when we come back, we are going to also have another new segment. And I forget what I'm calling it. When I remember what I'm calling it, I'll tell you when we come back. So come on back right after this, and we are going to talk about something that goes on at the dealership sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
So this is the Melloy Garage on 96.3 News Radio, KKOB.
I put off as a one word. Yes. Now's the time to complete that painting project you've been putting off. Certico Painters provides a free estimate quickly and at the right price. Never have to wonder about what's next. Certico Painters gave reliable updates and communication. Certico Painters knows how important your home is to you. Each Certico Painters business is independently owned and operated. Schedule your free estimate online at certipro.com. That's Certa with a C.
If you're thinking about retiring soon, be sure to tune into the Poor Financial Retirement Show with Bill Gorky of Poor Financial, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 10. Bill talks about the latest trends and headlines that could impact your retirement. Make sure you're well informed before you retire. Listen Saturday and Sunday mornings at 10 to the Poor Financial Retirement Show with Bill Gorky. Investment advisory products and services made available through AE Wealth Management, LLC, a registered investment advisor.
Listen to News Radio KKOB anywhere in the world. Download the KKOB app in the iTunes or Google Play Store. Just search KKOB. Crazy customers, crazy cars, crazy stories, and everyone I live it through. You can't make this up. Well, a story from the car business. You can't make this up.
Welcome on back to the Melloy Garage on 96.3 News Radio KKB, and that's what I called it. I called it "You Can't Make This Up."
That was awesome.
We are gonna talk about some stories from the car business that you just cannot believe, but they are true. And hey, Jerry, let me ask you a question.
Okay.
So I got a promotion on another radio station,
Okay.
KRST. Can I say that on that?
Sure.
Okay.
You bet. They're our sister station,
Okay,
so
good,
I don't mind.
I didn't want to make anybody
It's
angry,
okay.
but I wanted to mention it because I wanted to make sure that I did not forget this. Starting on Monday, you can listen to KKOB, but then switch over every once in a while and listen to KRST, because they're going to have chances for you guys to call in to get qualified for a possibility to win a it's $84,000 F-250.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
And so the way it works is we've got they're going to pick 92 people, because that's the radio station, right? It's 92.
Huh.
So then everybody's going to come down to the dealership on the 3rd of September, which is Labor Day weekend.
Yeah.
And all 92 people get a chance to enter a code into this machine and see if they win this F-250. It is a sweet truck. It's a Lariat, diesel engine, 4x4 loaded up. But yeah, $84,000
So it's
that
like
you
a
can win.
lottery.
Is it
I know.
dualies on the back? Dualies?
No, it's single wheel,
Single.
but it's okay because it'll pull a house.
Oh, yeah.
I
Oh,
mean,
wow.
Yes, it
it'll
will.
pull all kinds of stuff. So anyway, I didn't write it down, and then I didn't want to forget to mention that. So you can also come to the dealership, and we have official entry forms there. So you don't have to just get registered on the radio. You can come see us in the showroom starting on Monday, fill out an entry form, and then right before that final contest, I think they're going to pick 4 names from our entries in the dealership. So if you want to come down to Melloy Ford, you can register for the chance to win a 2026 F-250.
Oh, what a cool deal.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
And then I talked right over the music there. You played it, and I didn't even go right into that segment. I wanted to say that. So I thought it'd be cool to kind of share some stories, and some of them are from our dealership, some of them are from just things that I see, or talking to other dealerships, because you can't believe sometimes the things that happen at a car dealership.
Yeah.
People come in and they're out of their minds. And the one that I had tagged here is not necessarily this didn't happen at our dealership, thank goodness. But it was a dealership, I think in Michigan, where a guy came in to take a test drive. So got with the salesperson. They jumped in the car and they took a test drive. And while they were out on the test drive, the guy says, "Hey, stop in that 7-Eleven right there." So he's like, "Okay." And so the salesperson pulls into the 7-Eleven. The guy jumps out of the car, comes back, and says, "Go, go, go." And so the salesperson drives off, and then they get pulled over because the guy went in and robbed the 7-Eleven.
Had the getaway car.
Had the getaway car running.
Yeah.
So they ended up arresting the guy, but that was one heck
That's
of a
crazy.
car story, right?
Oh man.
It's and thankfully being in Los Lunas, we feel like maybe we're a little safer than that.
Yeah.
Car business. I mean, people just there's a lot of times people come into the dealership and just ask some crazy questions or have crazy circumstances. And
We could have our own show. Right?
well, I know we see it all the time. We always think that we should. Speaking of which, hey Jerry, I see this screen over here where it looks like we're live streaming somewhere. Are we live streaming this?
Yeah, we're live streaming on the KKOB website, the YouTube channel.
Okay.
At
Cool.
News Radio KKOB if you want to watch us.
I wouldn't know why, but if you did want to do that,
I mean, radio's better because
I know, I
you
have-
got all the tunes in that.
and I got a face for radio too. So anyway, there's a lot of things, and what we would like to do is come up with some stories, maybe, and we will keep everyone's privacy. We won't tell any names, but there are some stories that happen on a day-to-day basis down there. There's a couple of things too that I wanted to talk about, and again, I'm going to go back to Tradio. We want to introduce this coming up in the next segment. If you've got a vehicle that you're looking to sell, if you want to send us a text with what the vehicle is, year, make, model, VIN number if you've got it. I was hoping to have my laptop fired up here, but I didn't fire it up in time. But I'd like to have the VIN and everything so that I can pull some values for you guys on the radio. We can start doing that live. But if you've got a car to sell, we want to start talking about car tradio. And there's some really cool stuff that we're trying to do in the next couple of months with car tradio. I think it'll be really good. One of the things also that we've got going on down in Los Lunas is we've got our fleet and commercial division. And I got to tell you, this month they have just been wall to wall. Yeah, we had to run seven, eight cars the other day, just in one day, just to kind of get everything delivered for them at the end of the month. But if you've got a business, and I think one of the things that people don't understand, we just did a deal yesterday, I think at the Chevy store, where a customer came in and he had a business and he wanted to buy several vehicles. And one thing that people don't understand is a lot of times how that financing works for a business. And so we kind of walked him through it because he had just kind of started this company. And so the business did not have any credit, but he wanted to start some credit for the business. And so we kind of walked him through the process and actually, got him approved. It was at Ford because we went to Ford Motor Credit. But the cool thing about being in Los Lunas is we have Ford Motor Credit. We've got GM Financial. We've got Stellantis Financial, which is Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram. And all of those companies, along with several others, have a whole business section, right? So if Todd, if you wanted to start Todd's whatever, tow truck business,
there you
go. We can help you get that set up. So if you're looking for a vehicle for your business, we specialize in that. And Ford actually we got him approved on this several vehicles
That's
that
a
he
good
wanted
deal.
to buy. Yeah. And then if you've got enough vehicles in your fleet, you can apply for a fleet number, and that fleet number gets you some special discounts. It also helps with financing and several other things. So if you've got a small business, you want to get some things started for your business, or you want to add some vehicles to it, we have been doing it's been crazy the amount of business that we've been doing on there. Because we've got some specialists that are, we just brought somebody else on the other day that have experience with small businesses. So if you're looking to get some vehicles in your fleet, come on down and see us in Los Lunas. You can always go on the website at melloyloslunas.com. And then each store's got their website, but the Los Lunas website has all of our vehicles. I think right now we've got about 623 cars right now that show on the website.
Yeah.
So a lot of vehicles, a lot of choices. Todd, one of the things too is we've been talking about warranties a lot, extended warranties and service contracts.
Lately, we've had a lot of things going on with that.
And one of the questions that I had come up the other week, and right now I'm just talking about some stuff that's going on at the dealership the past few weeks. But I've had a lot of people that have asked me about some warranty companies that they hear or they see it on the internet, or they hear ads on national things. And I don't want to call anybody out. But you do have to be concerned with what warranty, if you buy an extended service contract on your vehicle.
Oh yeah.
You need to be concerned with what company that is, right?
Oh, yeah. Yep. And there are some that they talk a big game, and it's really not.
Yeah.
So you really got to watch what you're doing, or what you're interested in, and make sure that that's going to cover what you want it to cover.
And one of the things that caught somebody a couple of weeks ago, one of our customers came in and had claims on their vehicle. And one of the things that they didn't really understand and nobody explained to them was that there was a limit on what they could get covered. In other words, okay, I got this coverage a couple of months ago, but now this is broken. But there was a maximum amount on their service contract. They capped them out.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't understand that. I think it's important that if you're looking for a vehicle service contract for your existing vehicle, or when you buy a new vehicle or a used vehicle and you add a service contract, and we offer service contracts, and the company that we offer has been around for 40 years, and it's a really good company. But even if you don't buy it from us, please be careful, because we see a lot of customers that come in that think something's going to be covered, and it ain't.
And it's not.
Yeah.
Yep. We've had quite a few.
Yeah. And I think I've seen more of that lately. I've seen more of those. And again, I'm not going to say the names because I don't want them chasing me around the
I almost
country.
did, and
I didn't want them chasing me down saying, you slandered us. But just be careful with some of these big national companies that are offering warranties. Or if somebody calls you on the phone and says, oh, your warranty is about to expire, and we're going to sell you a warranty. Make sure that you're looking at the coverages, and make sure that it does what you need.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So just take your time to kind of protect yourself. But I was mentioning it because we've seen, I would say in the past couple of months, I've seen more of those third-party warranties in the service drive that people have been having problems with. And so just keep an eye out for that. When we Oh, I'm early. Jerry, my whole timing is screwed
I
up.
know.
I'm
It's
like,
kind of crazy.
I used to have this down to a science, man. I was like, I would hit my segments right. I'd look at the clock and it was right where I wanted it to be. And now I'm all messed up. It's the noon o'clock thing. Noon
Yeah.
o'clock is screwing me
Yeah.
up. But we have got a bunch more to talk about. I just didn't want to jump in it and then have to take a break here in a second. Um, but we had one of the other things that we had been dealing with at the dealership was that we've had a lot of customers that have come in that and I think it's probably because of the gas prices. You
Yeah.
know, I've had a lot of people coming in saying, "Oh man, my gas mileage is not what it should be." What are some of the things, Todd, that people can do? Maybe they could trade in their car on something like a Trax that gets 35 miles to the gallon.
Well, yeah, if you don't want to
But
do that.
but if you
But
didn't want to trade your car, what are some of the things that people can look at that may increase their fuel economy?
well, mileage wise is the first thing. I mean, you want to really look at how many miles you got on it and look at your owner's manual, see what they're recommending as far as maybe a fuel injection service, or make sure your air cleaners, your air filter's right. And just got to stay on top of those things and maximize what that actual vehicle can get.
And
And it's important.
and there's a lot of factors that play into it, right? I
Oh, yeah.
mean, even all the way down to, are your tires inflated, right?
Correct.
Is are you doing the recommended maintenance?
Yeah.
Are you doing making sure the coolant system has been
Yep.
flushed?
And all three of our stores do it off of mileage, and we
Yeah.
base it off the owner's manual. So it's really important that you do that, because if you stay on top of those, you'll always, you're getting the maximum mileage per that vehicle, and you're good, and that's what it gets, and we'll help you along the way.
Yeah. So just one of the things that, I've seen more, and I've seen a lot of people trying to trade in vehicles. And I got to think it's gas, it's fuel prices.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because, I've seen people go from 350s to half tons, and,
Yeah.
it's a lot of people making changes
Yeah.
because it doesn't seem like gas prices are coming down anytime soon.
No, I wished it would, because there's a lot of people out there that really can't afford to do the maintenance and put
Yeah.
gas in their vehicles either.
Yeah. But if you're having some trouble with their fuel economy, it could be some adjustments need to be made. And with a lot of newer vehicles too, it's making sure that your software's up to date.
Yep.
The programming comes in, and a lot of times it may come in over the air,
Mhm.
but a lot of times it has to come in so that we can program the ECU or whatever.
Yep.
And so a lot of times that can have a big effect on it, because they will optimize that engine the way it's running.
They're tweaking it
Yep.
all different kinds of ways.
Yeah, we get updates all the time for the vehicle systems that are on the vehicles now.
Yeah.
So when we come back, it is going to be super exciting. Are you ready?
Yeah.
We're going to have Tech Corner.
Oh, man.
We're going to roll
Really?
into Tech Corner, and we're going to answer some
I'm
questions.
gonna have to get geared up.
I
again.
know you're going to have to put on your thinking cap
Yep.
again.
Yep.
But we have got, it was funny. I looked, and we used to have a email account, and I had some old questions. So I pulled some old questions out of our
Okay.
email account. So I've got some questions already, but if you've got a car question, please, in the next segment, give us a call, 505-243-3333. Just have some information ready for Todd, and let's see if we can answer some questions for
Heck
you.
yeah. I'm good.
So
I'm
we are
ready.
going to do that when we come back on the Melloy Los Lunas Garage Show on your radio on 96.3 News Radio, KKOB.
this sheet of trees. So it makes sense to take care of it. Roberts Tree Service now has a certified arborist trained to understand tree biology, safety, and proper care. If your trees don't look healthy, dead branches and curling leaves, call Roberts, #1 rated tree company based on Google reviews, and now with a tree expert on staff. Go to abqtreeservices.com for a free estimate and fast service. Roberts Tree Service done right. What if $40 could change 2 lives? One camera that's moving even most interior high efficiency heating and fuel system, including installation, valued at up to $5,000 per buy for $40 round. Thanks to affordable service plumbing, heating, and cooling, every raffle ticket helps Steve Field's entropy and Mexico families facing hunger. Together, we can provide comfort for our neighbors. Maybe bring comfort homes. Buy your raffle ticket today. Seems like everyone has an app these days. And yep, so do we. Download the News Radio KKOB app. Just search KKOB in the Google Play or iTunes Store.
And that's right. We are back on the Melloy Garage with Tech Corner, our most popular segment. In fact, they want to kick me off and just have Todd on here, I think. We have got some car
That would
questions.
be good.
We have got
I tried that once, remember?
Yeah. No, you did good.
No, yeah.
You did good. I remember I went to Arizona or something. Yeah, you did a good job.
Yeah.
So listen, this is Tech Corner on the Melloy Garage, sponsored by Melloy and Los Lunas, and we are going to talk about some tech questions. If you've got a question, you can either text 505-243-3333, or you can give us a call. For the next few minutes, we're going to be talking about some car questions. And like I said before the break, I've got some questions already in the hopper that people had sent to us on previous back in the day shows.
Back in the day.
And they're still good.
Oh, yeah.
So
that stuff still happens today.
A lot of it's all the time.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is kind of a general fun question, kind of a just lets everybody know.
Okay.
I've got somebody that has written in that's got a 1969 Mustang with the 302 in
All right.
it. It's only got 80,000 miles on it. But the question was from several months ago, is it better to put premium fuel in everything all the time? Does premium fuel make your engine run better?
Well, back in the day in 69, yeah, the octane, that's what they rated it. I mean, you could get 94 octane back in the 60s and early 70s, and they were more of a high performance motor because they were carbureted, so they needed that octane. Now the fuel injection motors are not so much.
Like when I go to a NASCAR race, they're running, I think they're running 94, 96.
Yeah, it's up there.
But those are but even those now are fuel injected.
Yeah, they are, and they got there's a lot of higher compressions, and so it doesn't detonate. So you've got to have that octane.
Yeah.
Can I follow up on that?
Sure.
Now, is it a good idea occasionally to put in
the
premium? Does that clean the injectors? Is that?
But Jerry, I'll tell you, if you stick to what the owner manual says, and if you go and get, even at all of our 3 of our stores, we have a fuel injection cleaner made by the manufacturer. You dump in the tank and it keeps it clean.
How often?
Then you can do it. It'll tell you probably every so many tanks, but then when you get into the mileage part of it, it'll actually tell you, hey, let's do a fuel injection service and get it all cleaned up with a machine that we use.
And I think some of that's oil companies selling you premium gas that says, oh, we've got detergent in our gas.
Yeah.
And I suppose there's a difference.
Yes, a lot of it, like even the Chevrons, they say they have a little bit more of the Tetraline or their additive and Shell. But I've tried it and I've used premium plus and regular unleaded in my vehicle, and it didn't change it much.
It's just I think some of that's advertising and some of it's true.
Yeah, and they test them. I've watched the guy testing these fuels in all these gas stations, and you'd be surprised of.
They put a molecular marker in to make sure that if you're a Chevron dealer,
You
that
have to
you're
have that.
only selling Chevron gas.
Hell yeah.
You're not buying the cheap stuff.
Yep.
And if you're not, you lose your
Yeah,
franchise.
and there's a lot of places that do that.
A,
But no,
a
just
molecular marker.
Yeah, I
A
like
that was
that.
molecular
pretty,
marker.
that was
All
pretty
right.
impressive,
So,
bro.
so just stick with what the owner manual
Yeah.
says and do your services, and you'll be good.
All right.
But the older ones, yes, higher
Okay.
octane.
Okay. And on my Chevy electric car Bolt,
Awesome car.
so
Hey, is there like a higher
what
electric? Is there
what octane should I
we
use?
could get some higher electricity for
Just so that if y'all are keeping score at home, yes, I'm still driving the Chevy Bolt.
a pure electricity.
I
like it.
I kept thinking of trading it in, and then I kept seeing gas prices, and I'm like,
And
nah,
Yeah.
I just keep driving it.
Yeah.
If I feel like burning gas, I'll jump in the Silverado.
Yeah, you got the Silverado.
Yeah.
Nice try.
Okay. So how's your electric bill?
Well, it just so happens that at Melloy and Los Lunas, I have a electric car charger right outside my office.
Yeah.
But I got to tell you, even when I was charging at the house, and I will charge at the house sometimes. Does it change it? Yes. I think to fill up. So like if I was going to fill up the battery to 100% or 90% or whatever they recommend, I feel like that as a full charge, it's probably costing me $6 for a full charge.
Okay, that's not bad.
And you can do the math somehow, but I don't do math well.
It's been a good car for you too.
But
It's been a really good car.
it's. I figure I'm just going to drive it till I can't drive it anymore. Okay, so we are back on Tech Corner. Sorry about the 4A. Boy, you remember back in the day, boys, when we were talking all about electric cars?
Yeah.
Man, electric cars were the thing. Yeah. Ooh, remember back in the day, electric cars that was the thing.
Yeah.
But they are still, for a lot of people, like we've got the new Chevy Bolt, we've got the Equinox, even the Mustang Mach-E. Those are still good sellers for us. There are a lot of people that are still interested in
They
them.
run good.
And like I said, I like mine. Okay, moving on to another tech question, not about electric cars. A 2018 Ram 2500 with a 6.7 Cummins. It's got 163,000 miles. It says that my truck keeps going into regeneration more often than it used to, and I've lost a little fuel mileage. What could be causing that?
Your DPF. I mean, it could be. I mean, in that system, you've got EGRs and you've got all sorts of things to burn off that. But maybe your DPF filter is getting a little bit plugged, and after a period of time, it'll clear it out, and then it'll actually you're going to end up having to replace it.
So for everybody at home keeping score, for the number of abbreviations and acronyms, when we talk about a DPF filter, what's that?
That's your diesel particulate filter.
Okay. And what's that do?
The emissions that come out of the tailpipe are basically almost zero, and so it cleans the exhaust as it comes out.
Okay. And when we talk about DEF, what's that?
So that injects it into it. So that uses that. It's actually a urea fluid, and it injects it into the exhaust, and that's what helps clean it out.
Okay. So if you're not familiar with having a diesel, a more modern diesel, that's a requirement. It's an emissions requirement that the diesels have this filter system that filters out, just all kinds
Almost
of
all of it.
pollutants. And those systems aren't always simple.
They're touchy.
Yeah.
You can get some that'll go for a long time, but they're a little bit touchy.
And so, it could be the filter.
Could be
or it could be something in the system.
There's an indirect injector. There's all sorts of things in that.
Yeah. And with those kind of miles, it's probably something that you'd have to look at.
160,000. I mean, the motor's still,
Yeah.
I mean, almost, I mean, they don't break in until 70, 80,000 miles.
And here, I'll put you on the spot.
Uh-oh.
Well, can he just take off the DPF?
I can't answer that.
Yeah, that's right. You can't answer that.
He could, but I'm not going to say anything about that.
It's actually because it's part of the emission system. It's just like removing a catalytic converter on a car. Can you do it? Yeah, but it is part of the emission system of the car. And so, for instance, if somebody came to us and let's say that they had taken out this whole system And so they didn't have this diesel exhaust system anymore, right?
Yeah.
And it was just rolling smoke, baby.
Oh yeah.
Um, the problem is that if you go to sell that car or you go to trade that car in, is that without that emission system, a dealership or even an individual is not supposed to sell that car
Correct.
without that emission system.
Yep.
So, it's really highly recommended that you keep those emission systems in place.
Yep.
Bring it into us and we can take a look at it.
Will it not pass Bernalillo County emissions?
It will
Well,
not.
well, with the diesel, you don't have to run it
above a certain weight rating.
You're right.
Oh,
correct.
Like
Correct.
probably for that truck, it's not.
Yeah.
And of course, we're in Valencia County where I don't have.
You
those
don't care
emissions.
about that.
Correct. But in other areas, it could affect that.
But even without the testing part of it, it's a federal law. I mean, it's a federal thing. If you
For
take
it
the
to be
emission system off a vehicle and then go sell it, it's not like they're going to chase you down, but they could.
Yeah.
Right?
They catch you at Supermax time.
Yeah.
You're doing hard times.
What are you in for? I took the DEF filter out. But anyway, just be careful with that. I'd probably recommend bringing it in and let us look at, see if it's throwing any kind of a code, and then checking that system, because like Todd said, with that fluid, it does crystallize.
Yes, it does.
And it will crystallize in the system sometimes. And so you've got to look at all of that stuff.
Yeah, it's a pretty big system. I mean.
Yeah. Okay. Any other comments on the 2018 Ram?
It's a nice truck.
Yeah, nice truck.
I like it. I had a 19.
I know.
We were talking about that on the way out.
We were. Okay. We have got one more. I've got time for one more, maybe two, maybe one. And this one, I'm reading it. And this is like one of those put on your crystal. Get out your crystal ball. Get out your little Swami hat.
Yeah.
And let's see if we can answer this. 2015 Chevrolet Tahoe. We like it so far.
Yeah.
5.3.
Like it.
142,000 miles. So far we are on track. But here's the question. Sometimes I get a misfire on cylinder 4. Sometimes I don't. Replace spark plugs, didn't fix it.
Want me to answer it?
Any thoughts?
My thought is you probably have an injector that could be messing around with it. We could have an injector problem. I have seen sometimes in those engines with how many miles you say had on?
142.
Okay, so I've also seen where we've run into where we had a head gasket with a small leak in it. It would cause a misfire in that cylinder as well. Replace the plug, goes away for a while, comes back. But I would probably lean towards an injector, or it could be a coil that's messing around with it.
And so an injector is going to cause a misfire?
Yeah, it can, because they're metered and they're supposed to work with the proper pressures and all that. And sometimes they'll get plugged. That's why you got to do your fuel injection service, by the way. You want to put some stuff in the tank or do an injection service. Get the injection. It could, yes, they can puddle and they can not spray like they normally do, and it can cause some issues.
Okay. So basically the answer to all three questions today was bring them in.
Yeah.
Come see Todd in Los Lunas, and let's get it up on the lift and get it diagnosed. We can plug it in. We've got all the most recent diagnostic equipment.
Yes, we do.
So anyway, just as a general thing along that lines, the next question is kind of a general question, so I'll just ask it. If you've got a vehicle and you have to continually put coolant into the system, but you don't see any leaks, what's that a sign of?
I mean, just like we kind of addressed a minute ago, I would think that putting coolant in constantly is probably a head gasket issue.
Yeah.
And it could be going into, if you're checking your oil and it's a little bit milky, it could be going into the engine side of it, into the oil. But if you're really not seeing anything, it's probably burning off the exhaust, and it's not bad enough to really, because you'll see some steam coming out of it. But if it's not just as bad and you're adding it, it's kind of not so often, but you are adding, it's probably coming out the exhaust.
Yeah. So it's kind of like, so if you've got that issue, and that was one of the next questions too, and I figured I'd just wrap it up because it's kind of a general question, right? But if you are adding coolant all the time into your vehicle and you don't see leaks, it could be an internal thing.
Correct.
And so we've got that. And apparently, according to Jerry, in my headset, we have we have a caller. We have Timothy. So let's talk to Timothy. Timothy,
Yes,
you're on the air.
Thank you very much. I was wondering, I know with truck diesels, they can run for months at a time. If you buy a new car or van with a diesel engine, can that diesel engine run for months at a time?
When you say that,
Like at an idle, just sitting and idling.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, you could, even the trucks, Tim, are, I mean, when you sit and idle, that can affect the EGRs. I mean, it even starts affecting the DPF filters. I mean, because they're not able to burn off all the fuel that's going in through their exhaust. So you can, but I would think that it could affect it in a period of time.
yeah, and what we've found, Tim, too, is that unlike 20 years ago when you just let your diesel run forever,
you didn't have
you never turn it off. You went into the gas station, you went into the restaurant, and you left your truck running.
Right.
It does accumulate a little bit more in the filter, in the DPF filter.
It does.
But then it also should throw into a regen if it needs to burn it off
and clear it out.
Yeah. So the systems kind of compensate for that.
Yeah.
So the answer is you can do it for a longer period of time than a gas engine.
I would say so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thanks for calling.
Yeah.
We're excited to have our very first caller.
That's 15
on the Melloy Garage Show. Woo! I'm excited.
Heck yeah.
All right.
We don't have any more.
No, that's okay. We're going to take a break. And then when we come back, we're going to end with Tradio. And I didn't expect to sell any cars on the radio today, but I wanted to talk about it because we're going to set this up for the next time we're on the air. We are going to sell some cars on the radio. We're going to sell your cars to not us, to some other people listening to the show. It's going to be exciting. So when we come back, we're going to cover Tradio. Again, this is Dennis from the Melloy Los Lunas Garage, sponsored by Melloy and Los Lunas. Get on down to Los Lunas today and save some money on Chevrolet, Ford, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram, used cars. We got all kinds of used cars. So get down there today. Take advantage of the summer savings special that run through Monday. And we're going to be back in just a second on 96.3 News Radio, KKOB. That's right.
Cool. That is
This is Tradio on your radio. This is the concept, all right? This is what we're going to be explaining to you guys. We want to take this opportunity every show to have a little section called Tradio, where if you've got a car to sell, or you've even got some parts to sell,
cool.
we're going to take some parts sales too. And all you've got to do is let us know that you want to sell your car, and we're not involved in it. If y'all want to call in and say, hey, I've got a 1992 Mercury Mystique and I want to sell it and I want $500 for it, it's up to you. You can give your phone number out over the radio. People can call you, and if they want to buy it, you guys can figure it out. Or we've come up with an alternative that still costs you nothing. If you're thinking about this, you can go online to a website called cartradio.com. That's our website. We built it over the past couple of weeks when we knew we were coming back on the radio. But cartradio.com is basically a New Mexico marketplace. There's no fees. We're not trying to sell anything on Cartradio. We want you guys to be able to jump on, list your vehicle or your car parts that you've got for sale, and then people can send you messages over Cartradio.
What a deal.
But the dealership, Melloy and Los Lunas, we're not involved in it. It's just something that's tied into the show, and we thought it'd be kind of fun to see if we could get some cars listed on cartradio.com. So over the next couple of weeks, if y'all have something to sell, go to cartradio.com. You create an account, you make your listing, and it's pretty basic. I didn't spend a lot of time on it. I just made a website with the front page and some listings. But we want to facilitate you guys selling cars to each other. I don't want anything to do with it.
I'm kind of curious how it goes over.
I know.
That's certainly cool.
And for the next couple of weeks, there's 0 listings there right now. 0, none, 0. And so for the next couple of weeks, we would like to see some listings. If you go on to cartradio.com over the next couple of weeks and create one of our first listings, I'm gonna give you a little star on your account that says that you're a founding member of Cartradio. You're a founding lister on Cartradio, and I got no clue how this will work. I don't know. It might be a disaster, but I think it'll be fun.
Do we need to add a little disclaimer? No dealers.
Well, they're on the website. I have a thing, no dealers, including Malloy.
Okay.
I'm not going to list any Malloy cars on there.
Okay.
If I ever decide to get rid of the Bolt, maybe I'll list it myself.
Yeah.
But I'm not. We're not trying to. This is not Auto Trader. This is not Cars.com. This is a New Mexico. Hey, I listened to these guys talk about cars on Saturday, and I got something to sell kind of site.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like a marketplace for everybody listening to the show. So if you've got something to sell, maybe you've got an engine to sell sitting in your driveway, sitting there. Maybe you got some time. I don't care, because I got nothing to do with it.
So we can track how many people are listening to it.
Yeah.
I've got some snake oil to sell. It's going to get you 99 miles to the gallon.
All right.
Yeah, that's it.
But there's some disclaimers on there. I put some disclaimers on. There's also some precautions, just like with any other marketplace, just like with Facebook Marketplace or used to be Craigslist. Is Craigslist still a thing?
I think so.
It's still there.
Is it still there?
I don't
just like any of those things, if you have to be smart about dealing with other people.
Yeah.
And we recommend that if you do want to sell a car and somebody wants to meet in a public place. I know the police stations say that you can meet at the police station.
Yeah.
Or you want to meet at the dealership, that's fine. But meet in a public place. Never give out any personal information, until you're actually making the transaction. So there's some security safeguards there too. But I think it might be fun.
Yeah, I think it will. I like it.
But anyway, it's not fancy. There's nothing fancy about it. But if you go there, you can create the account on cartradio.com. You can create your account. You can post a listing. I've got it set so that I have to go on and verify the listing. Just just to make sure that it's not something that we don't want on there, some vulgarity thing, because y'all are animals. But we're gonna have some fun with it. So listen, if you're looking for a car right now today, there's no cars on Kart Radio, so go to Los Lunas, go to Melloy and Los Lunas, Melloy Ford, Chevrolet, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram. Buy a car today. Make my show worth it. Go down there and buy a car.
Buy a car.
How much time I got?
30 seconds.
I got 30 seconds left. So anyway, get down there. Go online at Melloy Los Lunas. Or if you've got something to sell, go to cartradio.com and list your car in the marketplace for New Mexico. So anyway, this was pretty fun.
Yeah, it was.
All right, Jerry. Thank you. Love you, brother.
Back.
Every other Saturday.
Every other Saturday. So listen to us at noon on the Melloy Los Lunas Garage on 96.3 News Radio, KKOB.